It's not on.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is 4:33, and I'm calling this meeting to order. Today's date is Monday, February the 12th, 2024, and it is 4:33. Ms. Ana, can you establish quorum, please?
Yes. Mayor Nori Gonzalez Garza,
Present?
Mayor Pro Tem Ruben Plata,
Present.
Councilwoman Jessica Ortega,
Present.
Councilwoman Marissa Gerlach,
Present.
Councilman Alberto Vela.
Present.
Mayor, we've established quorum.
Thank you. Okay, the next item is invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Why can everyone please stand?
Heavenly Father, thank you for all the blessings you have brought to our community. We ask that you guide us through this meeting. Bless our words and thoughts with holiness, that we may be fitting instruments of your grace. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Okay, the next item is a disclosure of conflicts of interest. Ms. Ana, was anything filed?
Yes, ma'am, I do have one. Councilman Alberto Vela has submitted his CIS form regarding item number 38 on the agenda.
Okay, thank you. All right, next item are the presentations, and the first one is the proclamation for the Rotary Club of Mission for their 119th anniversary.
Mayor, Council, good afternoon. With us today, I know we have Dr. Elaine
Come on up.
Hernandez.
Y'all want to come up, please?
And then I don't know if we have Dr. Luis Torres with us, Dr. Jeffrey Ward, and Aleida Reyes. Did I get everybody? Different people. Oh, different people. Okay, that was my list. Okay, sorry. The proclamation reads as follows. Whereas the Rotary Club of Mission, Texas was chartered in 1920 and is celebrating 104 years of service to its community and the world. Whereas Rotary International is a worldwide service organization founded on February 23, 1905, with a membership of 1.4 million professionals and business leaders around the world in 46,000 clubs grouped into 529 districts and 34 zones. Whereas the Rotary motto, service above self, inspires members to provide humanitarian service, encourage high ethical standards, and promote goodwill and peace in the world. Whereas Rotary International's vision statement is together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe in our communities and in ourselves. Whereas the Rotary Foundation is a public charity that transforms donations into life-changing, sustainable projects that address 7 areas of focus: promoting peace, fighting disease, providing clean water, sanitation and hygiene, saving mothers and children, supporting education, growing local economies, and protecting the environment. Whereas the Rotary Club of Mission is engaged in community-based projects funded locally and through the Rotary Foundation, such as growing next-generation farmers. With the Mission Consolidated Independent School District to address hunger, workforce development, and enhancing entrepreneurship skills among high school students. Whereas the Rotary District 5930, South Texas, and all of its clubs are committed to promoting peace in our community, our schools, and our families. Now, therefore, we, the City of Mission, call upon all its citizens to recognize and celebrate the 119th anniversary of the founding of Rotary International on February 23, 2024, and congratulate our Rotarians for their commitment to serve our community. Proclaimed on this, the 12th day of February, 2024.
Make a motion for approval.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the proclamation for the Rotary Club of Mission as read and presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Please.
The Mission Rotary Club is really honored to be here today to celebrate all the accomplishments of this community and to invite local government, education leaders, business leaders, faith-based leaders to come and join our club so that we can continue to support the good work and support the growth of this community. We are a growing club. We're up to 38 members from a variety of backgrounds. We are delighted to be speaking today with the health department here, and so we hope to be able to develop some projects to support you in that area too, as you read all 7 areas of focus in which we focus in the community. So thank you very much for this proclamation. And we look forward to welcoming all of you to our Rotary Club meetings and to perhaps join our club. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you. And here's, would you like, Elaine, can y'all come up for a picture, please? Okay, the next item, Ms. Anna?
Mayor, if I can please call up Ms. Marcia Terry. Whoever else. The proclamation reads as follows. Whereas during National Black History Month, we celebrate the vast contributions of Blacks to our nation's history and identity. Whereas each year, February is designated Black History Month to remember and reflect on the tribulations faced by the Black community while learning from the vibrant culture and history and celebrating its many invaluable contributions. Whereas shining a light on Black history today is as important to understanding ourselves and growing stronger as a nation as it has ever been. That is why it is essential that we take time to celebrate the immeasurable contributions of Black Americans, honor the legacies and achievements of generations past, reckon with centuries of injustice, and confront those injustices that are still relevant today. Whereas the 2024 national theme for the observance is African Americans and the Art, this theme acknowledges the legacy of literally, visual and performing arts of Black trailblazers and innovators who revolutionized their fields, often transforming them by pioneering new techniques and styles of art. Whereas the City of Mission is deeply committed to equity and inclusion, and as such honors the contributions made by our Black community and wishes not only to acknowledge them, but to commemorate and celebrate the contributions made by local residents. Whereas our community is better because of their contribution, resilience, and fortitude, who contributed in art, music, sports, academic, business, and economics, and the overall progress and well-being of Mission's growth and development. And now therefore, we, the City Council of the City of Mission, proclaim the month of February 2024 as Black History Month and encourage all residents to honor and join in the celebration of Black American history, contributions, and culture. Proclaimed on this, the 12th day of February, 2024.
I'll make a second. There's a motion and a second to approve the proclamation for Black History Month as read and presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, Council, Mayor. Thank you so much for reading this proclamation and accepting it on behalf of Village in the Valley. We are a nonprofit that was founded in Mission, Texas, in our home. And we are very proud, my husband and I, Dr. Terry, to be two of the founders of our organization. And just that the City of Mission has taken the time to recognize the contributions of African Americans and Blacks and minorities here in the Valley really means a lot to us. So we appreciate the proclamation today, and we invite and encourage others to check out our organization, villageinthevalley.org. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. And if you'd like to come up for a picture? I'll get in the middle, and you'll hold it on either side. There you go.
Okay, everybody looking right here. We're gonna take a couple photos. One right here on this phone. Right here, 3, 2, 1. One more, 3, 2, 1. Nobody move. I'll take one with my camera. Everybody looking right here. Awesome. 3, 2, 1. One more. And 3, 2, 1. And one last one. 3, 2, 1. We got it. Thank you.
very much. Thank you. Thank you for being here. The next item on our agenda is a recognition of Mission High School junior class. Chief Torres.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Mr. City Manager. Today, we would like to recognize the Mission High School junior class for their unwavering support in collecting toys for the Cops for Kids event. As a result, we have collected hundreds of toys, and they were distributed to our residents during the Christmas event. We could not be more honored for their partnership. We'll have the sergeant here. Robert, would you like to say a few words?
Mayor, Council. Well, you guys know the past couple of years, we've worked together with Mission Crime Stoppers Police Department to host events here in the City of Mission. And these events, you guys have been to them, the Cops for Kids, man. We see the people from Mission, the residents, they're excited, they're happy to be able to join. But we're only able to have these events because we have a great community, people that come together to assist us. And I'm happy today that we're able to recognize Mission High School. And it's a junior class. They've been helping us for a couple of years now. And I know they have these programs at school. They get together, and she's like, whatever you need, let us know. We'll take you whatever you guys need for the help. And I'm glad that we're doing this, acknowledging Ms. Belli. Ms. Becker.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I wasn't going to speak. I'm going to let my principal speak in a little bit, but I do want to thank you for allowing us to participate. Mission High School is just a giving school, and we are honored to do this every single year. I'd like to publicly give thanks to my teachers, my students, my staff, especially my principal. So here I present to you Mr. Mejia.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here today. My name is Mr. Mejia. I'm the proud principal of Mission High School, home of the mighty Mission Eagles. And it's very proud to be there, and I'm very proud to work with Ms. Becho, Ms. Tejerina. They continue to do an amazing job with our students and continue to show that public service is a must, and we need to do it, and showing that it's better to give than to receive. And so thank you so much. We so humbly accept this award, and I want to thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Betchel, I just want to say, from my personal experience, Ms. Betchel has been an amazing sponsor for the junior class for many, many, many years. And I know that she is building and making future leaders by the time that you spend with them. And for that, I really, really thank you and appreciate the time that you spend with those kids, because I know that it comes from your heart. And you enjoy doing it, you love it, I can see it in your face when you're with the kids, and it's just an amazing, amazing thing to see, the way you interact with the kids, all of you. But I have a personal experience with Ms. Betchel, so congratulations to all of you. Keep up the great work. We really appreciate your help.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Mayor, I'd like to say a few words. You know, Meli Betchel is just, she is, if you open up a book, on there is going to be a picture of Miss Meli Betchel, because a lot of us have either had her as our educator, a role model. She does so much for our community. I feel that this is just a small token of appreciation that we have for you being at our alma mater, Mission Eagles. I think that we are all passionate that you all still there, but I know that retirement may be around the corner, and sir, it's going to be really hard to find somebody to fill these shoes. But this is just, you are just somebody in our future for Miss Mission and all this stuff, because it's you are such a great role model for myself and for many here in our community, and this is just a little token of appreciation. I know that even after you're retiring, you're still going to volunteer in some shape or form with your students and everybody else, and we all love you for that, Meli.
Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for your kind words. I so appreciate that. These two right here, right hand. So, it's a team effort, and I just happen to kind of meterme aquí, meterme acá, so that I can coordinate it. But thank you so much.
Well,
Really
you
appreciate it.
make
Thank
a
you.
lot of children in our community very happy with
Thank you so much.
with a lot of toys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The ACMs of the year.
Okay, the next item is the presentation of our 2023 annual crime report. Chief Torres.
Mayor and Council, again, here we are, and we are so honored to present the 2023 Annual Crime Report for the Mission Police Department. What is a crime report? Well, it is a picture of our crime and how it's addressed. Our crime rate is submitted monthly and annually to the Texas Department of Public Safety and the FBI. What is the process? Well, it all starts with the officer taking an offense report, and that report's assigned to an investigator who investigates that crime, and then the criminal analyst comes in and enters that information into the National Incident-Based Reporting System, which is the NIBRS, and then the criminal analyst submits a report to the chief's office. The chief's office develops a plan to address the crime and the criminals. In order to curb crime, we have implemented multiple programs within the City of Mission. Some of those include the High Visibility Program, the Skywatch Tower Program, a DWI campaign, undercover operations in areas of concerns, a community outreach program, an active shooter program, a strike team program that targets areas of concern throughout the city, the license plate reader program that everyone knows about, the best practices certification, and aggressive enforcement in the forfeiture world of illicit drugs and U.S. currency, and the apprehension of violent criminals. I'll allow our criminal analyst to say a few words at this time.
Good afternoon. My name is Irma Caro. I'm happy to be here to report. The City of Mission reported a total of 3,563 offenses for 2023. This represents a decrease of 23.99% compared to last year, 2022. Rate reported was 4092.20, which represents a 23% decrease of volume. Volume of offenses reported, again, were 3,563 reported offenses. Out of those reported offenses, persons crimes represented a total of 1,332 total offenses reported, which reflects a decrease of 8.5%. Property crimes reported a total of 1,505, which is a decrease of 36.36% when compared to 2022. Crimes against society reported 745 offenses, which reflects a 10.56% decrease compared to 2022. Now, this is all possible, the crime reduction based on, like Chief Torres had just said, it all combines strategic planning, prevention, crime prevention, public outreach, community outreach, which reflects on why we have a decrease. Thank you.
Thank you. And great job.
Chief, you have a few words?
Madam Mayor, City Council, I'm extremely proud to stand before you and let you know how committed our women in law enforcement and our officers in law enforcement are to they have an unwavering commitment to public safety. And this is a tremendous testament to their commitment. As you see, our crime rate has gone down, and it's all because of our team. So thank you for that. Thank you for all your support, and we really want to recognize our team for this unwavering support that they give to the citizens here in Mission. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll finish it off by asking, why is reducing crime important? Well, the obvious, we need to keep our citizens safe at all costs. A safer community attracts single-family residents and businesses into our city. I will not take credit for this. However, I will give the credit to all our men and women of the Mission Police Department who work day in and day out, 24/7, to make this happen. Our crime rate is at its lowest as it's ever been in the City of Mission, a remarkable 23.99% last year. And in fact, this month alone, in January 2024, we're at 37% reduction in crime rate, just in January this month. A crime book has been provided for every member of council and the city manager's office. The 2023 crime report will also be released to the media. I'd like to thank our mayor, council, city manager for the unprecedented support. So thank you all.
Thank you, and y'all have done an amazing job. Thank you so much for your work. Yes. Thank y'all very much. Thank you. Okay, the next presentation is Paint Mission Beautiful. Mr. Mendiola.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council. We'd like to present a little presentation to you all. We're proud to bring you Paint Mission Beautiful. So we teamed up with CDBG. We're gonna go around town, get some applications, go to the lower income families, and paint their homes and beautify their yards.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. So hopefully, we're going to start, our first home will be April 6th. That's our inauguration, weather permitting. So we're getting some volunteers to help us throughout the community. We're trying to reach out to our community also to support us with the paint, the supplies that we need. We did get a committee together with Michael Elizondo, Joanne Longoria, Anais Chapa. They're our small committee that's helping us bring this together. And of course, I have Mr. Mario Cantu, the president of Keep Mission Beautiful right now. So, any questions?
I do, Mayor.
Oh, that's
Yes.
a great idea. Did you have something to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, no, go ahead.
Amazing job. I love that. I just want to make sure that residents of Mission and all quadrants of Mission get assistance, because I know that my area and Pearson and all that, there's a lot of older citizens there that may not have families to help them. But just as that, even, the north side of town also may need the same assistance. So I hope that we keep it fair amongst all of community members.
We're going to do an online program, but
Okay,
we're
great.
also going to go out in person. If you all recommend any subdivisions that we can look at, we're going to go and knock on their doors and present it to them in person and let them know if they're willing some assistance, we're going to do it with them.
I'd love to go along with you all whenever
Yes.
you do have days. I think it's important that all of us go with you to meet the community and offer them this assistance.
Okay.
I'll even paint. Not that that would be a good idea,
We
but
will bring our own paintbrush.
Yeah.
All of us
It-
will bring our own
Absolutely.
paintbrush.
The projects are about
Yes.
2 weekends, so it'll be about 2 Saturdays in a row.
oh, I'd love that.
So,
Okay.
just an FYI.
idea.
So,
Good job, Mr. Mendez.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, council, thank you guys for entrusting us with the big task of keeping Mission beautiful and beautifying the city. I'm glad that we're going to be able to roll out this new Paint Mission Beautiful, and we're looking to make not only you guys proud, but the residents of the city of Mission proud. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for serving as the chairman of that committee, because
Yes.
it's one of, I think it's a very, very worthwhile committee, and it's going to make a big difference in our community. So thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next item is a report from our mission chamber.
Yes.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Hi. Good evening, Mayor and Council. So wonderful things happening with the Greater Mission Chamber of Commerce. This Thursday, we do have our Buenas Tardes Luncheon. We're really excited. We have partnered with Grande Produce and Millennium Copier Systems and Supplies. They proudly are sponsoring the event. It is being moderated by Julian Alvarez, the former Commissioner of Texas Workforce. And the topic is, are you ready for the future workforce? We are highlighting Natasha Del Barrio, which is the CEO of Bird Ogden. We are highlighting the Dean of Industry, Carlos Margo from South Texas College. And of course, our very own, our Mission EDC CEO, Declo Garcia, for a wonderful conversation. And it is a sold-out event, so we're really excited. On February 20th, we do have a ribbon cutting ceremony for the expansion of one of the Raleigh Credit Union unions, and it's going to be at noon here in our neighborhood town on Palmhurst. On February 22nd, we do have an educational session focusing on branding your business, and that is at 2 with our partners at UTRGV and SBDC. And we are hosting a membership mixer sponsored by Texas National Bank on Sherry at 6. So we do invite any of our members who want to come and business network that evening. On February 21st, 3rd, we do have a book signing of Julia Bach. It's going to happen at the Val's Country Corral, one of the RV parks here in the community. So this will be a wonderful time to have the community come out if they want to get to learn a little bit about Julia Bach, and she will be doing a book signing at one of the RV parks. On the 29th, we do have the ribbon cutting, partnering with the City of Mission Recycling for the drop-off center. So we're excited to have another drop-off recycling center to help continue the wonderful beautification of the City of Mission. And then, of course, Friday, March 1st, we will be holding our annual Winter Texan Fiesta. Doors open at 11 here at Leo Placita. And the event is proudly being sponsored by Winter Texan Times and Mission Regional Medical Center. We will be unveiling our Discover Mission new T-shirt. It's going to be La Reina Citrica, and so we're excited to share a little bit about our Texas Citrus version of our new Discover Mission T-shirt. And just a fun fact, we will be giving out the first 1,000 meals to all of our Winter Texans. And we do know that it's one of Friday is Lent Friday or Fish Friday for some of our community members. So we will have a non-vegetarian option for our visitors, and we're excited to partner with Peter Piper Pizza, our local Peter Piper Pizza on Conway. So there will be like cheese pizzas and veggie pizzas for any of our visitors who do come and join us at this Friday event. And that is all I have this evening, Mayor.
Okay, thank you so much. Next item is our departmental reports. Those were in our packets. Are there any questions?
I move to report that, to approve the reports as presented.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the departmental reports as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Next item is citizens' participation. Ms. Ana?
Yes, ma'am. We have Ms. Alex Pulido.
Hi, good afternoon. On behalf of Freedom Life Church, I want to just begin by saying thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for your time today. You know, one of the greatest commandments is that we love and that we serve each other in love. And that's what we have been doing this past week at Freedom Life Church. In honor of Valentine's Day, we launched our Love Week campaign, and we've gotten everyone involved, from our little toddlers who created Get Well Soon cards for children in hospitals, to our young adults ministry that spent Saturday morning at Brownworth Park giving hot dogs and waters to anyone that showed up. Although truly it was a team effort, because we have families with kids and elderly people who came up to serve as well. Even our puppies were having a great time in the sun. It was such a fun time to give back to our community. And yesterday we were at Waterford Gardens with the elderly, worshiping and praying with them and just loving on them and serving them. And you know, we believe that that is what makes a great and strong community, when we love each other and we serve each other. So today we want to encourage you to take part with us, Mayor, Council, and City Manager, and everyone that's here today, really. We want to encourage you to take part of the Love Week campaign with us. And it can be something as simple as picking up the phone and calling a friend that you haven't talked to in a while, giving a thank you card to a coworker that you feel really needs to be appreciated, or delivering your own hug in a box, your own sweet treat to brighten someone's day. It all makes such a huge difference in someone's lives, and we encourage you today to do that with us. Part of our mission statement is that we want to make a bold impact with the love and power of a big God. And today we invite you to take part of making that impact in the City of Mission with us, because it all begins at home, right? And so thank you so much for all that you do. Once again, Mayor, Council members, and City Manager, we want you to know that at Freedom Life Church, we pray for you and all of our community leaders. And we truly, truly appreciate you, your time, all that you do. And so from our hearts to yours, please enjoy the sweet treat. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's very sweet.
Yes,
Thank you so much. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. This is very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we get a picture with them? Can we get a picture with all the representatives from Freedom Life Church, please?
Kathy and Elude, I think you found somebody to replace you guys. She did amazing.
Thank you for your service.
Good, thank you.
Hey, can we get everybody to move over just a little bit? Let's get the shorter people in the front.
You really need to move to the front.
Let me get you guys looking right here. Everybody looking right here. 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1. And one last one. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah, that's me. I think they tell me. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Mine's not going to make it. Okay, anyone else, Ms. Ana? Next?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
We have Mr. J.D. Villarreal.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Mayor and members of the City Council and Mr. City Manager. I come before you today with an unusual kind of appearance because you hardly ever get the type of applaud that I'm about to give you, and that's for the project on Stewart Road, which I live on Crown Point subdivision, so I travel Stewart Road daily. And I want to give you my compliments for, number one, adopting the project. Number two, making sure that in spite of calendar days prescribed in the calendar and weather days and then change order provisions, the project was carried forth as originally intended and with very high success. So my compliments to you, to Mr. Bocanegra, who is the engineer that monitored the project, Mr. Javi Hinojosa, who did the design. I hope that then when we get the next storm, we can realize the benefit of that project and the cost that went associated with it. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, JD.
Irma Flores Lopez.
Happy New Year. I didn't make the January meeting, was taking care of my sick mama. Irma Flores Lopez, 1201 Carolyn. Good afternoon, Mayor, Council, City Attorney. You're welcome to hush me up if you need to. Just to follow up on my December comments on the financial reports, I spoke up that I love transparency because a lot of you preach it when you're running for office. And I'm pleasantly surprised that some of you posted your financial reports. So thank you. I love it that it's on the city website, but I don't like it when I click on it and there's nothing there. So I'm like, okay, why is it on there, but people are not reporting? So to those of you who posted, thank you. Elections, excuse me, are coming up. I don't know whether they're in May or November.
May.
Oh, okay. Somebody told me November today. I said, no way.
No.
And I know that transparency will come up again. Restrooms and water fountain at Astraland Park. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Water, agua at Astraland Park. We've been asking for about 9 years. I've been attending meetings and I've been barking. And it's okay, I can bark here with you all. The children at the south side of Mission get thirsty also. They have needs. So now the next thing is the restroom. So I see that it's on the agenda. I can't wait to have a gathering in March for Social Work Month. Invite the neighbors there to attend. So I attended a Citrus Fiesta meeting in January, and I explained, or I spoke to the members, and I know Councilwoman Ortega was there, that many years ago I was invited to a Citrus Fiesta meeting by Adela Ortega, and I attended, I walked in, and not one person said hello. So I thought, gosh, I know I was invited to this meeting. I was pleasantly surprised again that at this meeting, people said hello. And I'm asking you elected officials to say hello to us. Whether we vote for you or not, Mission people are known to be friendly, honest, and we're transparent. You say hello a lot when you're running for office and you want our votes. So please say hello to us. And in closing, thank you, Mayor, for appointing me on that historical commission meeting. I know there hasn't been any meetings since June, and I know there's people here from the Mission Housing Authority. I do my homework concerning Anacua. I did a little bit of research on that, and I'm hoping to meet with Mr. Padilla. I spoke with Danny in January about Anacua being torn down. I hope he spoke with you. I was hoping that the people who live there would have the opportunity to take a tour of Anacua or walk into an apartment. My grandparents were one of the first ones in 1952, planted trees. I have newspaper articles about them, so we can meet at a later time. But let's keep an eye on the buildings being considered to be torn down. There's pioneers, families in Mission who care. We can't just tear down everything just because we want something new. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's all? Okay. All right. We're going to move on to the public hearing, and the first items are planning and zoning recommendations. Actually, there's only one item for public hearing.
Item number 9 is a conditional use permit renewal for the sale and on-site consumption of alcoholic beverages. This is for Tabu Bar and Grill located at 608 North Sherry Road, Suites 9 and 10. This would be out of Lot 1, Alba Plaza. It's currently zoned commercial. The applicant is BGD Investments LLC. If the council is inclined to approve this item, an adoption of an ordinance will be needed. The subject site is located a quarter mile south of East Business Highway 83 within a commercial plaza along the east side of Sherry Road. Access to the site is via 35-foot driveway off of Sherry. The applicant is currently operating a nightclub. It is noted that a nightclub and the sale and on-site consumption of alcoholic beverages are unallowable use under a general business, but require a conditional use permit. This nightclub concept offers food, VIP areas, live music, concerts. The last CUP approved for this location was on July 24, 2023 for a period of 6 months. Days and hours of operation proposed are Wednesday to Sunday from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Alcoholic beverages will only be served during allowable state selling hours. There's 15 employees. For parking, the parking is held in common. There's a total of 138 parking spaces. Staff mailed out notices to 28 property owners within 200-foot radius. Staff has not received any comments in favor against this request. Staff did also ask PD for a report of any incidents. There have been 2 incidents, 1 public intoxication and 1 harassment. P&Z and staff recommended approval for a period of 6 months to continue to assess this operation, waiver of the 300-foot separation requirement for any residential home, continue compliance with building, fire, health, noise, and sign codes, continue compliance with TABC requirements, and they must have at least 2 securities at all times. This is a public hearing. This item is now before you.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition to this request? If you would state your name and address for the record,
Hello, ma'am.
please.
I'm Blessing George. I live on 1001 Travis Street in Mission, Texas. Ma'am, actually, I think like 2023, they approved this. And all this 2023, 1 year, we never had any problems. The 2 things we have is harassment was like they lost their ID inside the business. So they came outside and they had to call the cops like they lost the ID. But rather than that, like never ever like a sound problems or anything, we have already solved that. And we have 6 securities every night. It's not 2.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Anyone else that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Is there anyone online? No? Okay. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
I move to close the public hearing.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to close the public hearing. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0. Are there any questions for staff or a motion to be offered?
I move to approve based with all the recommendations by the planning and zoning on the 6-month reevaluation and make sure there's at least 2 security guards at all times.
Yes.
And make sure they comply with building, fire, health, and noise and sign codes.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit as presented, and that would carry an ordinance number of 5439. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0. And that concludes our public hearings. Next item is consent agenda, and those are items number 10 through
29.
29.
Mayor, I move to approve the consent agenda for items 10 through 29 as presented.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented, and that is going to carry resolution number 1879 for item number 13, 1880 for item number 14, 1881 for item number 15, 1882 for item number 16, 1883 for item number 23. Item number 24 would be resolution number 1884. Number 25 would be 1885. Number 26 would be 1886. Number 27 is 1887. And that would be it. Is that correct, Susana?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. 5-0. The next item is item number 30. It's a request by Union Design Developers.
Mayor and Council, item number 13 is a request by Union Design Developers LP to establish a development bond for the Ansal Duas Industrial Park Phase 1 subdivision to enable recording process of the subdivision without having all the infrastructure completed. On January 5th, 2024, staff received a request from Mr. Bruno M. Castillo, President of Union Design Developers LP, to have the council consider allowing him to establish a development bond for the Ansal Duas Industrial Park Phase 1 subdivision. This item had been previously seen by the council on November 13, 2023. In that particular request, he was asking to submit either a letter of credit or an escrow. Now the request is to submit a development bond instead of the letter of credit or the escrow. That's the only difference, and that is the reason for the request. The difference between the escrow is they need to submit a check in the amount of the entire development. The letter of credit is just an assurance that the developer has the capital for the proposed project. And with the development bond, the difference is that they can utilize the money for the development while they're still doing the project. If they don't complete the project or if something, then the insurance will cover the remaining costs. That's the request is. Staff is recommending approval. This is not a public hearing. The item is now before you.
Okay. Are there any questions for staff?
I move to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the request by Union Design Developers to establish a development bond for the Anza Lewis Industrial Park Phase 1 subdivision. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously 5-0. Next item.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. The next item would be approval of an ordinance amending Ordinance 5236 regarding the electioneering within city property, providing for compliance and setting a fine for violation. Basically, we're just cleaning up like 3 of the different sections. One is to clarify the type of political action committee. The last election, we had, the political action committee would be for the purpose of financing independent expenditures and under other independent political activity. We had one who had nothing to do with this, that, wanting to put political signs for a particular candidate. They were using their exact same signs. They just kind of changed the political ad paid for by on the bottom. So kind of clarifying what type of political action committee can be able to have a tent and all that kind of, things out in the electioneering. The other one would be the placement of just one political sign, no larger than a 4x8. Currently, we have 1 4x8, 2 4x4s, and 3 yard signs. The area is quite small, and it's been very congested, and we get a lot of complaints from people who are trying to drive in and out, that it's blocking the view of traffic. So we're kind of mimicking what the County of Hidalgo does. They just allow one political sign, and it can be a 4x8 that they can put at each location. And then the third one is just to define the types of barbecue pits. We did do this about 2 years ago, no barbecuing allowed. Well, of course, we just had trailered, and freestanding. Well, they got a little creative. So now we're saying, the flat top grills or any type of gas grill, will not be allowed in the polling locations. So we're just asking for, just kind of cleaning up this ordinance so that we can kind of make it a little bit easier, friendlier.
Okay. Okay, are there any questions for staff? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the ordinance number 5440, amending the electioneering compliance rules. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
5-0. Thank you. I know. Needs. Yes.
Mayor, City Council, item 32 is approval of second reading on resolution of the City of Mission ordering and calling a charter election on proposed charter amendments during the general election on May 4th, 2024, and other matters relating to said election. This is the second reading. There were a couple of revisions since the last reading that I wanted to call out. Specifically, 4.02 was clarified to just be consistent with the same way the fire and PD were referenced to, so that's more of a grammatical change, and so that doesn't elicit any new propositions to be added. But we did add language under Proposition J, and I'll read that. The proposition reads, shall Section 3.14 of the city charter be amended to remove the requirement that the city's semi-annual simplified financial report be published in a local newspaper for or against? There was another additional proposition, which is titled Mission Proposition M, which reads this way. Shall Section 4.05B of the city charter be amended to remove the requirement, Proposition Q. Proposition Q is added to read as follows. Shall Section 4.09 of the city charter be amended to remove council's authority to combine the city's police and fire departments into one department? Again, as discussed in the workshop, this was kind of an old language that was included in a lot of city charters back in the day, where cities had the authority to govern both fire and police under the same department head. That's not a general practice anymore, especially with Chapter 143. More of a cleanup, the city's proposing to make that change as well. There are propositions. There's a Proposition A through X, in which we have read those propositions in the past meetings in the public hearing. There have been no other changes to those sections. There was an amendment just to coincide with the May 4th general election in regards to early voting. Early voting was changed to be 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The locations remain the same, early voting being Mission Parks and Recreation Conference Room, 721 North Bryan Road, and Mission Boys and Girls Club at Banworth Park, 1822 North Sherry Road, again beginning April 22nd, continuing to the April 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, not on Sunday, but continuing on April 29th, Monday, and April 30th, a Tuesday, all being between the hours of 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Then, of course, coinciding with Election Day, being 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday, May 4th, 2024. Those locations being Missions Parks and Recreation, which is located at 721 North Bryan Road, Mission Boys and Girls Club Gym at Banworth Park, 1822 North Sherry Road, and Mission High School Newhouse Gym at 1802 West 18th, Cleo Dawson. At this point, if there's any other questions, I can take those. Any other amendments? This is the last time to do so before the charter election is actually called.
Okay. Are there any questions, comments? Yes.
Second.
There is a motion and a second to approve the second reading of resolution number 1888. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously 5-0. Thank you. Next item.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, City Manager. Item number 33, authorization to lease purchase golf course equipment, including 1 fairway mower and 2 aerators from United Ag and Turf via the Sourcewell Grounds Maintenance Contract, number being 031121-DAC subsection PG BTCG 76. Cost of the purchase is $123,061 with an estimated monthly payment of $2,394.86. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
Okay.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to authorize the lease purchase of golf course equipment as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously 5-0.
Thank you all.
You're welcome.
Next item.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. I come before you to present item 34, authorization to execute a fourth amendment to reimbursement agreement between the City of Mission and Mission Redevelopment Authority related to the Police Fire Substation Number 6. Reimbursement amount of $585,902.80. Reconciliation of accounts related to the testing materials and engineering services not in the original contract. Upon approval, the total contract amount will increase to $7,817,173.60. The TERS Board approved the amendment on January 23rd, 2024. Staff and City Manager recommends approval.
Are there any questions?
Move for approval?
There's a motion and a second to execute a fourth amendment for the reimbursement from the Mission Redevelopment Authority in reference to the Police and Fire Substation Number 6. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously 5-0.
Thank you,
Next
Mayor and
item.
Council. Item number 35, authorization to execute reimbursement agreement between the City of Mission and Mission Redevelopment Authority related to the Walsh Road Expansion Project. Reimbursement amount of $1,764,369.25. Cost estimate for engineering services for the construction of a 3/4 mile expansion of a road from Pettit Street to the frontage road. The TERS Board approved the amendment on January 23rd, 2024. Staff and City Manager recommends approval.
Okay. Any questions?
Make a motion to approve.
Second. There's a motion and a second to approve the reimbursement agreement. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously 5-0. Next item.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Item number 36, authorization to execute a reimbursement agreement between the City of Mission and Mission Redevelopment Authority related to Horner Street project. The reimbursement amount of $98,000 to extend Horner Street along the west side of Home Depot that will connect water and sewer lines and a storm drain line to the existing end of the street. The TERS Board approved the amendment on January 23rd, 2024. Staff and City Manager recommends approval.
This is only for engineering.
Correct, this is only for the engineering. We haven't done the construction engineer estimate yet. We're going to engage Haven Associates to work on that estimate and provide us a construction estimate.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
There's a motion
A second.
Second.
and a second to execute a reimbursement agreement in reference to Horner Street project. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item. Mr. Avila.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. I come before you seeking authorization to award contract to Kenlock Equipment and Supply for the lease of specialized heavy equipment via Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Contract number 093021-LEG. This is for 3 sweepers for the Streets Department, the lease of the 2 Elgin X, 1 truck-mounted regenerative air sweeper, and 1 Elgin X regenerative air street sweeper via Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Contract number 093021-ELG. Kenlock Equipment and Supply will be providing a fleet and maintenance program that entails repair and maintenance services and warranty for the term of this lease program, which is 3 years. Quarterly reviews and assessments will be conducted to ensure the equipment and the program's efficiency. Staff and City Manager recommend approval. It's for 3 sweepers for the Streets Department.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to authorize the contract for specialized heavy equipment via Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Contract. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously 5-0.
Mayor, I have a
Thank
question for JC.
Yes,
I-
ma'am.
Yes.
Go
If
ahead.
you don't know the answer, it's okay.
No
Just
worries.
get back with me later.
Mhm.
I just, is there a schedule when they sweep the streets particularly? Like, do they go to all?
That, I don't know, Mr. Terrazas might be able to help you. I just know the lease is up in March and we're trying to get.
Oh, okay. Thank you, JC. I was just curious because I noticed that
Yes,
at least
you'll
once a
met
month.
With these 3 sweepers that we're
Uh-huh.
getting, we usually have our own sweepers, but they were so old that Thank God we were able to do this lease, so now with these new sweepers, we try to sweep the whole city 5 to 6 times a week, a year. So they come in at 4:30 in the morning, that's how the schedule starts, and they finish till 6 p.m. Of course, we don't do private subdivisions. I have a lot of requests on private subdivisions. When are we gonna go sweep those subdivisions? And we don't do that since they have an HOA and they're private. We don't go into private subdivisions, but yes, ma'am, we have a schedule.
Okay, I just, a recommendation or a request, I'm sure you do this already, but like in my neighborhood, I would just like an advance, because a lot of them park on the street, and so if we knew beforehand, they would probably move those so that you all could have a straight shot. We have a lot of.
We can start doing some of those flyers. I
Yes.
know we kind of follow behind our sanitation department when there's a trash pickup. We do it either a week before or a week after they pick up the trash and the brush, to make sure there's nothing out there, the debris, that it'll get into the sweepers.
Okay,
So we
great.
try to work with that schedule too. So
Well, and maybe
while we
now
can do
our
something like that, we
PR
can-
department, now that we're purchasing these, we can let our community members know that now we're getting better and more, so that we can service them a little bit better for our streets.
Yes,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Mr. Terrazas. Thank you. JC.
Okay, next item is item number 38.
Good afternoon, Mayor and council members. Item 38 is approval of resolution supporting the proposed senior development, the Bryan, an application to the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. Mr. Rufino Contreras, Affordable Housing Corporation Incorporated intends to submit an application to the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs for the 2024 competitive 9% housing tax credits for the Bryan. This resolution confirms the city's support of the proposed senior development, the Bryan. Staff and city manager recommend approval. And I do have Mr. Alfredo Ismatovich present if there's any questions, specific questions.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Honorable Council. I'm Alfredo Smogtovich with the Cesar Chavez Foundation. I'm here to answer any questions you have on our potential new senior project in the city of Mission.
Okay, thank you.
Move for approval.
Second. Okay.
Love your shirts.
This is the item that Councilman Vela is going to abstain, just so that everybody knows that. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries unanimously 4-0, and that is Resolution
1889.
1889.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Next item?
Again, good evening, Mayor and Council. Again, item number 39, approval for amendment number 1 to professional services agreement between the City of Mission and Emergicon LLC. Again, this agreement would allow the department to receive funds from the Texas Ambulance Supplemental Program for indigent care provided by the City of Mission Fire EMS and administered by the State of Texas Health and Human Services Commission. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
Second. Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve amendment number 1 to professional service agreement between city and Emergicon. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say no. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0. Next item?
Yes, ma'am. Item number 40, approved of amendment number 2 to professional services agreement between the City of Mission and Emergicon LLC for fire emergency response billing through Emergifire. Again, Emergifire is engaged in the business of providing third-party billing and accounts receivable management specialized professional services related to motor vehicle accidents and other emergency responses for emergency service organizations. The city shall pay, again, Emergifire a fee equivalent to 15% of all revenues collected by Emergifire on behalf of the city. Again, staff and city manager recommend approval.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve the amendment for professional services agreement. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0.
And finally, Mayor and Council, 41 is the ordinance that goes along with that item number 40. Again, approval of ordinance establishing and implementing a billing program through Emergifire LLC for the deployment of emergency and non-emergency services for the City of Mission Fire Department. Again, the ordinance is to establish an agreement with Emergifire for the implementation of billing program for the deployment of emergency and non-emergency services for fire billing and fire prevention fees which meet current industry standards. Again, staff and city manager recommend approval.
Okay. Any questions or motion?
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve ordinance number 5441, establishing and implementing a billing program through Emergifire LLC. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0.
Thank you,
Next-
Mayor.
Thank you,
Council.
Chief. Next item, Mr. Lerma.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council, Mr. Pettis. Come before you on item number 42 is a authorization to engage with Bickerstaff, Heth, Delgado, and Acosta for civil service attorney. This is a firm of Kevin Pagan that we've been using for a while. Back in January of 2022, we were going a different direction for the civil service attorney. We went out for proposals at that time. We got 2 proposals, and we selected this firm, which represents Kevin Pagan. His contract expires March 31st of 2024. Discussing it with staff, this firm is basically used by HR department, by Chief Torres at the police department, and Chief Garcia at the fire department. They handle all the communication with Mr. Pagan. The Civil Service Commission is represented by Mr. Flores and by myself. So what we'd like to do is take advantage of an exemption that allows for us to hire professional services without going for professional services. As we're working with him, we want to continue working with him. So we are requesting to engage with him, to the firm, for 2 years. So we are requesting authorization at this time.
Okay. Are any questions? Motion?
Mayor, I just,
His fees will remain the same.
I'll reserve my comments.
I'll make a motion to approve.
There's a motion and a second to authorize the engagement of Bickerstaff, Heath, Delgado, and Acosta for civil service attorney. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no.
No.
Okay. Motion carries 4-1.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Villa, December tax collection report.
Item number 43 is the December 2023 tax collection report. The 2023 total adjusted tax levies for taxes was $33,004,426.35, and the amount of collections as of December 31st, 2023 is $14,167,846.84, which represents 42.93% of the total 2023 tax levy. The total adjusted tax levy for delinquent taxes was $2,351,318.91, and the total amount of collections as of December 31st, 2023 is $194,826.37, which represents 8.29% of the total tax levies from previous years. The same period prior year was 5.96%, approximately $50,000 difference. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
Okay. Are there any questions? Motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
And a second to approve the December 2023 tax collection report as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0. Thank you. The next item is unfinished business. I'd like to, if you don't mind, and if you don't mind, Victor, call up Mr. Padilla I know that they've been waiting patiently here, but their item was actually approved in consent, but I would like a brief description of what y'all are planning.
Well, thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to come up and I guess, present where we are with our development activity. Obviously, I have our Vice Chair, Mr. Gomez, with us. The Housing Authority right now has one approved allocation for tax credits. What we're providing you is a picture of what it's going to look like, and the landscape change is going to occur beginning at the end of April, early May. We'll start construction of the first facility that you see there. It's shaped a little bit of a U. It's going to be facing Highland Street towards the police department. That's the first stage of replacing in Aqua, the multifamily 80-unit complex that was built in 1952. We're building a 100-unit multifamily development there. We have a tax credit right now application that we're going to be submitting March 1st. That's with the resolution that you approved. Based on our analysis, we're sitting in an award position. Our analysis are generally really well, and unless something drastic were to happen, I don't foresee that hopefully happening. We should be awarded another tax credit award, and that is to build a 104-unit senior-only complex, and that's what you see behind is shown in that picture. So yes, the landscape will change dramatically over the next 24 months, and we will be serving what used to serve 80 families will now serve 204 families on the same 16.4 acre lot that you have. Obviously, it's a completely different revision and change of what was there. The anticipation is in 2026, we will be asking HUD to give us permission to dispose of 56 units that are on the north side of 8th, which is what we call the Palm Plaza Cottages. It was built in 1976. Unfortunately, similarly to the 1952 property, it's starting to show a lot of wear and tear. We've had issues, severe issues with gas line leaks and things of that nature. Infrastructure's in terrible shape. So the objective is to, if awarded in July, build the 104-unit senior development, and then we will move the families over so they'll never be displaced. They will actually be moving from the old site and moving right into the new development if everything goes well as we think. So the investment overall is about $44 million of investment that you'll be seeing across the street. We also want to let you know that we've been trying to help your city and cooperate with our city. We've allowed our police department and our fire department to use the facility that is there right now for training practices, and they've been at it. They've been having a good time. This is something we've thought of in the past simply because the facility is empty, it's vacant, it's 100% vacant. We've already fenced it off. Right now, we're just waiting for some final HUD approvals. HUD is slow. It just takes time with them. We're waiting on their final approval, which we expect the first week of April to go ahead and close on everything, all the financial transactions, and we'll immediately start demolishing and constructing. We're actually trying to get from them an early permission to demolish. Usually they don't let you start demolition until you actually close the agreement, but they know the situation we're in. We know the timing we're in, and field office is leaning towards letting us start a little early. So the demolition itself might start the first week of March, and that's what we're shooting for.
Awesome.
Here to answer any questions, but we truly appreciate your support. And the objective is to serve our community, give our families a decent place to live, which is the number one objective. Because where they were living was not acceptable. And with the support of our commission, we're getting there, and we will have something good for your families.
Good. Thank you. Thank you very much, and congratulations. That's awesome.
It's been a struggle, but we're getting there.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Padilla, so before the La Nacua, how many residents lived there?
There was 80 units. By the time we received our demolition approval, we were only down to 56 households. What we were doing as families vacated, we would not rehouse the unit. There was no need to. I mean, the units were in terrible condition. Some were just unlivable, simply unlivable. So once we got the HUD approval, what came with the approval was funding to be able to relocate the families.
Okay.
So that's what we were waiting on, assisted. We actually received funding to assist and move 72 families when we only had 56. So the other The other funding that wasn't used there is actually going to help other families that are on our waiting list.
Oh, awesome.
So we get to use it either way because HUD won't take it back. So Simply Good is based on our date of application. We had 72 families. So on that date is when the clock started ticking. So HUD gave us enough money to relocate 72. We only had to relocate 56. So the rest of the money we're using to help families on our waiting list. I will tell you that our waiting list, our family and our assistances have gone up dramatically. We are a housing authority that can assist in Section 8 right at 813 families, and right now we're at 730 families currently. That may not sound like we're way off, but no, from where we've been, we were in the 500s. So we are really housing a lot of families and assisting a lot of families. Our waiting list is currently closed, and the reason is it builds up so fast that we close it, we process families, we get it down to about under 100, and then we reopen it to build it back up. This is a normal procedure. Every housing authority does it. That's the only way we can function. If you leave your waiting list open all the time, you'd have 1,000 people or you'd have 3,000 people on there, and it serves no purpose to have that many. So what we try to do is we control it. What we do is we take applications every other month when it's open. In essence, we take 600 applications a year. The objective there is that we're able to process families faster. When we reach out to them, they've recently submitted an application, so the phone numbers are correct, the addresses are correct. One of the biggest problems you have when you have a waiting list of 3,000 is when you try to reach someone, by then they've already moved or they've already changed the phone number. And if they don't give us that updated information, we wind up sending out 3 letters to reach out to someone who can't be reached. And that's the shame, that they've waited on the waiting list for 3 years, and then you can't find them. So by doing it the way we do it, where the applications are more current, our success rate is over 80% of reaching them, because they've got a current phone number and they've got a current address. So those are the types of changes we've made to be able to process families much faster and be able to get them assistance much quicker.
Thank you, Mr. Badilla, to you and your staff and to your commissioners. I've seen a huge improvement since you guys have taken over. People have been on that waiting list for a very long time, and they never got called or anything. So communication with your staff, calling and making sure, that's all people want to know. They want to know, what number am I, when am I next? And so getting this new project up and going is very much needed for us, so thank you.
We will be having a groundbreaking once we started clearing the area, so there'll be some formal get-togethers and celebrate.
Great,
So we hope you like the renditions, but that will change the landscape of what you have right now.
Very nice.
So,
Very
thank
nice.
you so much.
Congratulations again.
Thank you very
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty, we'll go on to routine matters. Mr. Bettis, do you have any comments?
Yes, ma'am. Just a couple of announcements. The Mission Boys and Girls Club is having their 5K Run with Heart on Saturday, February 17th at 8 a.m. at our Mission Hike and Bike Trails. Also, our health department is partnering up with the RGV Humane Society for a free microchipping clinic, and that's Saturday as well, February 17th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 227 Avelino Faria Street, which is our shelter location. And then also our Spirit Memorial Library is having a teen gamer night on February 22nd from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at the Spirit Memorial Library. And we also, city offices will be closed on Monday, February 19th due to the observance of President's Day. Staff will be on call for that day if anything is needed. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. City Council?
Yes, I wrote something real quick. This week is Valentine's, for those of you in the audience that don't know. So with that being said, the best love is to be kind, right? Which brings peace in our heart, spirit, and soul. So on behalf of myself and my family, happy Valentine's Day. Make sure you say something nice. You don't have to buy anything for anybody, but just smiling and telling them something kind goes a long way. So hope you all have a special day.
No comments, puro amor.
Yes, happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and yes, a smile does go a long way. So.
Happy Valentine's Day as well.
Okay, yeah, I too would like to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. I would also like to thank our consultant, Armando Martinez. His item was actually on the consent agenda as well, but he was our consultant for our fire-based EMS, and I want to thank him publicly for the contribution that he made to our fire-based EMS. That's something that we are all very proud of. It was something that was very much needed. He's done what he needed to do, and again, I want to thank him publicly for his assistance in getting us to where we are today. So that's all the comments I've got. And I believe we have executive session.
Move to approve, Mayor, to go into executive session.
Second. There's a motion and a second to go into executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.071. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
Dancing last night?
There's a
At the
motion.
Win? Second?
And a second to go back into open session. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously 5-0. There's no action on 2, 3, and 4. That's correct?
On
And-
the first one, Mayor? I'd like to make a motion to negotiate the settlement of City of Mission versus Ricardo Martinez and Petra Martinez as discussed in executive session.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to move forward with the negotiations with Ricardo and Petra Martinez as discussed in executive session. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously 5-0. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Also move to adjourn.
Second. There's a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously 5-0.